Before memory starts to play tricks or eyesight begins to dim, something far more fundamental often begins to falter first. It's your legs. Long before a single prescription bottle ever graces your kitchen counter, your body is already whispering crucial warnings. And that quiet alert begins with strength. Specifically, the waning power in your lower body. What many of us don't fully grasp is that the very first true signal of aging, of a quiet decline in functional independence, originates not in the mind, but deep within our legs. The weakening of your legs isn't just a cosmetic concern, a mere matter of muscle tone or appearance. No, it's a profound clinical red flag, a biological siren blaring a quiet but urgent warning. Your body is gradually losing its resilience. Think about it. The muscles in your legs, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, are the largest in your entire body. Together, they form the bedrock of your movement, your balance, and even your circulation. When they start to falter, it's not merely about finding it harder to stand up or climb stairs. It actually marks the insidious beginning of a downward spiral, a reduced metabolism, slower blood flow to vital areas, increasing joint instability, and a much greater risk of debilitating falls. And here's what is truly unsettling. This crucial muscle loss can begin as early as your 30s and 40s, quietly accelerating with each passing decade. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, you might have already lost a staggering 30 to 40% of your overall muscle mass, with the lion's share coming directly from your legs. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, but please understand, it is not simply a natural part of aging. It is, in fact, a disease born of neglect. And unlike gray hairs or the inevitable lines on your face, sarcopenia is remarkably reversible, but only if you choose to act with intention and purpose. Your legs are not passive. They are metabolically active tissues, burning more calories, regulating more hormones, and supporting more blood flow than almost any other region of your body. They are also deeply, intimately connected to your nervous system. When your leg strength diminishes, so too does your mobility, your confidence, and eventually, your precious independence. This is precisely why hospitals so often use gait speed and leg strength as powerful predictors of life expectancy. The slower, the weaker your legs become, the more vulnerable your entire body becomes. But here's where the narrative beautifully turns around. Leg strength doesn't solely depend on intense exercise. It depends profoundly on what you feed your muscles, your joints, your blood vessels, and your nerves. Because just as inactivity causes them to slowly fade, targeted nourishment can, quite literally, bring them back to life. The right foods possess the power to repair microscopic tears and muscle fibers, rebuild vital collagen in your joints, and even reactivate blood flow in areas where it's been compromised for years. You don't need expensive powders, invasive injections, or demanding gym memberships. What you truly need is targeted, powerful nutrition that reaches the body where it needs it most. Your legs. Food is not a passive input. It is a biological messenger. The very moment it enters your body, it begins to send intricate signals. Signals to reduce inflammation, to construct new tissue, to regulate your hormones, and to protect your vital mitochondria. And when you give your body the right foods at the right time, it doesn't just maintain your leg strength. It actively multiplies it. Your legs aren't failing you. They are simply waiting to be nourished. The problem isn't aging itself. The problem is often chronic undernourishment and a fundamental misunderstanding of your body's needs. You don't need to be younger. You need to be wiser with what you put on your plate. Today, we embark on an exploration of 6 powerful foods. Each one is scientifically shown to support leg strength, reduce inflammation, and promote the essential hormonal signals that preserve muscle and protect your independence. These aren't just trendy superfoods. They are, in essence, survival foods. Because the undeniable truth is this: the quality of your legs determines the quality of your life. And now, you have a chance to eat in a way that profoundly supports both. Your legs bear the entire, incredible weight of your body. They faithfully carry you through every room, down every hallway, and across every single step of your life's journey. And yet, tragically, they are often the first to suffer in silence when the body begins to falter. Why do the legs weaken before anything else? The answer lies in how your body allocates its precious resources and how modern or sedentary life subtly deprives your lower body of the essential signals it needs to remain strong. The muscles in your legs require constant activation to stay healthy. They thrive on resistance, robust blood flow, and consistent nutrient delivery. But in today's increasingly sedentary routines, we sit for hours, at desks, on couches, in cars. The powerful signal that once told your body to build and preserve leg muscle is gradually replaced with silence, and your body responds accordingly. It begins to break down muscle fibers it no longer believes you need. Blood vessels constrict, nerve connections fade, mitochondria slow their vital work. This isn't just aging, it's a biological adaptation to stillness. On top of this, hormonal changes dramatically accelerate the problem. As you age, your testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone levels naturally begin to drop. These crucial hormones aren't just related to energy or mood. They directly control how well your body builds and repairs muscle. At the same time, cortisol, the primary stress hormone, begins to rise more easily and stay elevated for longer periods. Chronic cortisol suppresses muscle protein synthesis and actively promotes fat accumulation in place of strength. And where does this detrimental shift show up first? You guessed it, the legs. There's yet another layer to this challenge. As circulation decreases to the lower extremities, oxygen and vital nutrients can no longer reach your muscles efficiently. This leads to a condition known as chronic ischemia, quite literally, the starvation of muscle cells. It's why so many people over 60 begin to complain of heavy legs, slow walking, and a growing fear of stairs. It's not because they've aged beyond recovery. It's because the essential supply chain has been profoundly disrupted. But here's the immensely encouraging truth. Muscle is one of the most metabolically adaptable tissues in the human body. You can rebuild it, you can restore blood flow, you can reverse sarcopenia, and you can begin to do it naturally, starting right with the food on your plate. When you nourish your body with nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory, blood-oxygenating foods, the results are profound. You reduce oxidative stress in your leg muscles. You rebuild the intricate protein chains necessary for contraction and stability. You enhance nerve signaling that dramatically improves coordination, and you reignite mitochondrial energy that powers every single step you take. Your legs aren't aging too fast or being ignored for too long. The solution is already in your kitchen. Because just as food can damage, it can also deliver. Deliver protein, deliver circulation, deliver restoration. In the next section, we begin our journey through 6 remarkable foods. Each one selected not because it's trendy, but because it speaks directly, powerfully, to the deepest needs of your legs. Foods that heal, that strengthen, that empower. If there is a root that grows deep in the soil, rich in color, and even richer in power, a food that doesn't just nourish but transforms, that food is the beet. And if your legs feel heavy, cold, tired, or sluggish, this is the food your body may be quietly, desperately pleading for. Beets stand proudly as one of nature's most scientifically celebrated vasodilators. They are brimming with dietary nitrates, potent compounds that, once inside your body, gracefully convert into nitric oxide. Imagine nitric oxide as a biological signal, a tiny, yet powerful messenger molecule, instructing your blood vessels to gently relax and open wide. When this happens, a vital surge of blood flow washes through your system. And with that increased flow, your legs quite literally begin to wake up. Poor circulation is a silent saboteur of leg strength. Without a steady oxygen-rich supply reaching your lower extremities, muscles tire more quickly, nerve signals become sluggish, and joints grow stiff and resistant. This explains why so many people describe their legs as feeling perpetually sluggish, heavy, or even numb, often without any clear diagnosis. The reality is simple. The vessels are constricted, the essential supply chain bottlenecked, but beets, by dramatically increasing nitric oxide, effortlessly restore that crucial life-giving flow. But the benefit goes deeper than just circulation. Better blood flow means better, more efficient delivery of oxygen, amino acids, glucose, and essential micronutrients directly to your leg muscles. It means faster recovery after walking, less soreness after climbing stairs, and more sustained stamina when standing. In clinical trials, concentrated beetroot juice has been shown to significantly improve walking distance in patients suffering from peripheral artery disease, a debilitating condition where clogged vessels starve the legs of blood. In healthy older adults, beets have been shown to improve gait speed, balance, and even mitochondrial efficiency. At the cellular level, beets help restore the very machinery that powers your legs. They enhance ATP production, the molecule your muscles burn for energy. With more ATP, each step becomes easier, each movement more fluid. This isn't temporary stimulation. It's a profound biological recalibration. Beets also powerfully lower inflammation. Their deep red pigment comes from betalains, natural antioxidants that actively reduce oxidative stress in the muscles and joints. If your legs ache in the cold, swell after standing for too long, or tighten without clear reason, these are often signs of inflammatory stagnation, and beets help clear that congested path. There's also a subtle hormonal benefit. Nitric oxide has been shown to indirectly support testosterone and estrogen balance by significantly improving vascular function. In men, this supports better muscle tone and performance. In women, it aids in circulation to the joints and pelvic floor. For both genders, it supports better sleep, sharper cognition, and more consistent energy, all of which contribute to stronger, more responsive legs. How you choose to consume beets matters. Raw or lightly roasted beets retain most of their precious nitrates. Beet juice is incredibly powerful but highly concentrated, so small amounts truly go a long way. Powdered beetroot, often found in functional nutrition products, offers a convenient way to boost nitric oxide daily. Even pickled beets carry some benefits, but be mindful of added sugars and preservatives. Pairing beets with vitamin C-rich foods like lemon or oranges can significantly enhance nitrate absorption, and combining them with leafy greens like arugula or spinach can amplify their effects. This isn't just folk wisdom, it's clinical biochemistry rooted firmly in nature's intelligent design. So, when you think of beets, don't just think of their vibrant color. Think of a current, of vital flow returning to where it's needed most. Think of warmth for cold feet, of power for tired legs, of life returning to places that felt numb. The next time your legs feel heavy or your steps feel slow, remember this. Strength is not always about muscle mass alone, it's about delivery. And beets are the food that truly delivers. In the silent, relentless war against aging, few things work as swiftly and thoroughly as chronic inflammation. It relentlessly eats away at muscle fibers, stiffens joints, weakens circulation, and distorts crucial hormone balance. And where does it strike first and hardest? The legs? Yet nature, once again, provides its own perfect remedy, found not in a pharmacy, but in the bountiful sea. Sardines, and their larger cousins, like wild salmon, are some of the most powerfully anti-inflammatory foods known to science. Small but mighty, sardines are absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA essential fats that the human body simply cannot produce on its own. These incredible molecules do far more than just lubricate joints or support heart health. They actively enter your cells and effectively turn off inflammatory genes. They signal to your immune system, stand down, repair, rebuild. Inflammation in the legs often hides behind common, frustrating symptoms: aching knees, restless calves, sore thighs, or even a persistent burning sensation after a simple walk. It might be labeled as arthritis, overuse, or simply just getting older. But the true issue is almost always deeper. Inflammatory mediators begin to accumulate in the tissues, restricting mobility and disrupting the vital mitochondrial energy production. Omega-3 South actively help clear these chemical messengers, allowing muscles and joints to gracefully return to their natural state of fluidity. Sardines are also an exceptional source of vitamin D, a hormone-like nutrient absolutely essential for calcium absorption, optimal muscle function, and robust bone density. Most people over 50 are chronically deficient in vitamin D, which weakens not just bones, but leg power itself. Without enough of it, your muscles cannot contract efficiently, leading to instability, trembling, and even dangerous falls. Sardines, with their edible bones, also offer a unique, potent combination of bioavailable calcium and vitamin D, making them a complete package for comprehensive leg strength and skeletal protection. Then there's the protein. Every movement, every step, every squat, every powerful lift begins with muscle fibers, and muscle fibers are meticulously built from amino acids. Sardines and salmon offer complete protein profiles, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids needed to rebuild and repair muscle tissue. But unlike red meat, they do so without promoting excess acidity or inflammation. This makes them uniquely suited to those recovering from muscle loss, surgery, or significant hormonal shifts. For those concerned about hormones, and you absolutely should be, fatty fish support more than just physical strength. The healthy fats found in sardines help regulate insulin, significantly lower cortisol, and powerfully support the natural production of sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone. This holistic hormonal support translates into more stable energy, better quality sleep, and stronger, more responsive effects from strength training or walking routines. In other words, the very hormones that protect your precious muscle mass are nourished directly by the fats in these incredible fish. Wild-caught salmon offers similar benefits with an extra boost of astaxanthin, a potent marine antioxidant that vigorously fights oxidative stress in the mitochondria. This is especially important in leg muscles, which contain high levels of type 1 fibers that rely heavily on oxygen. When oxidative stress is high, debilitating fatigue quickly follows. When it's controlled, invigorating endurance returns. Don't be misled by the humble size of the sardine. Inside this small, silvery fish is a veritable library of nutrients designed to protect you, your muscle, your bone, your blood, and your brain. Whether fresh, canned in nutrient-rich olive oil, or simply grilled with aromatic herbs, they are one of nature's most efficient healing foods. If you're looking to walk farther, stand longer, or climb stairs without pain and apprehension, this is not just a suggestion. It's a powerful prescription. Sardines are not just food. They are protection. They are strength in edible form. They're a mineral most people don't think about until their legs start cramping fiercely in the middle of the night, until their calves tighten painfully after a short walk, until their feet twitch without any clear reason. That vital mineral is magnesium, and it's hiding in a food so small, so unassuming, most people might sweep it off their plate without a thought. The pumpkin seed. But don't let its modest size deceive you. Pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, are among the most magnesium-rich foods on Earth. And magnesium is the silent, essential conductor of muscular strength, nerve health, and energy production. When magnesium is deficient, muscles stiffen, nerve signals misfire, legs fatigue faster, recovery slows dramatically, and sleep, your deepest opportunity for repair, becomes shallow and fragmented. Your legs require more magnesium than almost any other part of the body. Why? Because they're in constant motion, holding up the weight of your frame, constantly adjusting your posture, and firing the largest muscle groups you possess. Every step, every contraction, every subtle balance correction relies on magnesium to properly regulate calcium and potassium within the muscle cells. It is truly the mineral of motion, and when you're low, your legs will absolutely let you know. Pumpkin seeds are not just high in magnesium, they deliver it in a form your body can actually absorb and utilize efficiently. Just one handful provides nearly 40% of your daily requirement. And it's not just about avoiding those agonizing cramps. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, significantly improving circulation to your extremities. It lowers blood pressure, supports healthy glucose metabolism, and enhances insulin sensitivity. All key factors in preserving leg endurance and strength as you age. But there's more. Magnesium also plays a critical role in modulating the stress response. High cortisol, the stress hormone, drains magnesium stores rapidly. When you're under chronic stress or sleeping poorly, your body begins to leak this precious mineral like a punctured vessel. The result? You wake with tightness in your hamstrings, stiffness in your ankles, a crushing heaviness in your thighs, and no amount of stretching seems to truly help. Pumpkin seeds offer a solution that's both nutritional and hormonal. They help refill your magnesium stores, while also providing healthy fats and tryptophan, an amino acid that helps boost serotonin and promote restful sleep. Better sleep unequivocally equals better recovery, and better recovery directly equals stronger, more stable legs. These incredible seeds also contain zinc, another trace mineral often overlooked but absolutely essential for testosterone production and robust immune health. In men, low zinc levels correlate with reduced leg strength and slower muscle repair. In women, zinc supports estrogen balance and prevents bone demineralization, particularly in the hips and lower body. And don't forget the fiber. Pumpkin seeds contain both soluble and insoluble fibers, supporting excellent gut health and stable blood sugar control. When your blood sugar is stable, your energy doesn't crash mid-afternoon, and your legs don't suddenly feel like lead. It's a whole body feedback loop, and it starts with what you eat. How do you add them to your daily routine? It's incredibly simple. A tablespoon on your morning oats, a generous sprinkle in your salad, blended into smoothies, or lightly roasted as an evening snack. Unlike isolated supplements, whole pumpkin seeds deliver these nutrients in perfect synergy. Magnesium alongside zinc, healthy fats with protein, amino acids with fiber. Nothing isolated, nothing artificial, just the way nature intended. If your legs are sending you signals, cramping, tightening, tiring, it may not be inherent weakness. It may be profound depletion. And pumpkin seeds are nature's quiet, yet deeply effective, Reply: strength doesn't always come from what you lift. Sometimes it comes from what you replenish. And magnesium is often the first vital mineral to go missing when life becomes heavy. Pumpkin seeds bring it back, one nourishing handful at a time. In the vast, often overwhelming world of superfoods, lentils are frequently overshadowed by flashier, more exotic names. But when it comes to rebuilding foundational leg strength, supporting healthy blood flow, and preserving crucial muscle as we age, few foods are more deserving of our focused attention. Your leg muscles thrive on nourishment that sustains energy, supports robust red blood cell formation, and builds structural resilience. And lentils do all three, quietly, effectively, and completely. Lentils are a true plant-based powerhouse, densely packed with complex carbohydrates, iron, zinc, and complete protein. They offer the fundamental materials your muscles need to function optimally and repair themselves efficiently. For anyone who experiences persistent leg fatigue during the day or whose muscles feel unexplainably weak after even minor exertion, this is often not just a symptom of aging. It's a sign of anemia or crucial nutrient depletion, and lentils address that at its very root. Iron is a critical component of hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that faithfully carries oxygen from your lungs to every corner of your tissues. When iron is low, oxygen delivery suffers dramatically, and because your legs are the furthest point from your heart, they're often the first to feel it. Heavy thighs, persistently cold feet, breathless steps. These are not just circulatory issues. They are urgent nutritional alerts. Lentils, especially when thoughtfully paired with vitamin C-rich foods, offer a bioavailable plant-based form of iron that actively supports oxygenation and significantly reduces that Leaden-Hillig sensation that so many people over 50 begin to describe. But lentils are not just about iron. They also provide zinc, a mineral absolutely essential for cellular repair, robust immune defense, and healthy testosterone balance. While often associated with fighting the common cold, zinc plays a central, often overlooked, role in muscle synthesis and hormonal recovery. In seniors, zinc deficiencies are strongly associated with frailty, poor wound healing, and reduced physical endurance. Lentils supply a steady plant-based dose that supports leg regeneration without spiking blood sugar or stressing your digestive system. And then, there's the protein. 1 cup of cooked lentils provides roughly 18 grams of high-quality, plant-based protein. That's more than enough to support post-exercise recovery or to meticulously rebuild weakened muscle fibers throughout your day. Unlike animal protein, lentils come bundled with fiber, both soluble and insoluble, which supports healthy digestion, dramatically improves blood sugar control, and feeds the beneficial gut bacteria that play a hidden but powerful role in muscle metabolism and inflammation control. The fiber also thoughtfully slows glucose absorption, preventing those debilitating energy crashes and insulin spikes that can prematurely weaken your legs during the day. If you've ever felt strong in the morning but completely drained by mid-afternoon, that may not be about overexertion. It may be about unstable blood sugar. Lentils stabilize this with every bite, creating a sustained energy release that your legs can truly rely on. From a hormonal perspective, lentils help regulate estrogen metabolism. In women, this is critical for preserving bone density in the hips and legs, especially after menopause. In men, lentils support insulin sensitivity and help reduce the conversion of testosterone to estrogen, a common issue with aging that leads to muscle loss and fat gain in the lower body. Cooked with aromatic garlic, anti-inflammatory turmeric, or warming cumin, lentils become even more healing, combining protein with powerful anti-inflammatory and circulatory support. Whether in hearty soups, comforting stews, refreshing salads, or wholesome side dishes, they are as versatile as they are profoundly powerful. In many traditional cultures, lentils have been a staple food for centuries. Not because they were trendy, but because they were utterly reliable. They fed muscle, they supported sustained energy. They kept people walking, lifting, and thriving well into old age. So, if you feel your strength slipping, or if you simply want to preserve what you still have, know this: it doesn't require meat, it doesn't require expensive supplements, and it certainly doesn't require perfection. It just requires consistency. And a bowl of lentils is one of the most consistent, steadfast allies your legs could ever ask for. If your joints feel stiff and creaky when you wake up, if your legs feel dry, heavy, or persistently tight, if your energy inexplicably disappears without warning, there may be something missing from your plate that your body can no longer produce on its own. balance. And one of the most potent restorers of that essential balance is not found in a bottle or a prescription. It's found in the soft, vibrant green flesh of the avocado. Avocados are not just trendy. They are profoundly medicinal. They are loaded with monosaturated fats, the kind that exquisitely lubricate your joints, meticulously protect your nerves, and help build the very hormones that keep your legs strong and perfectly coordinated. After the age of 50, the body's natural production of key hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone begins to slow, and the crucial enzymes that convert cholesterol into these vital hormones rely heavily on fat. But not just any fat, specifically, the kind found abundantly in avocados. When you feed your body healthy fats, you're not just fueling it, you're actively informing it. You're telling it to build rather than break down, to repair rather than retreat. These fats are the raw, essential material for steroid hormone production, which directly affects muscle preservation, bone density, and emotional stability. And it all ultimately shows up in your legs. Think of it this way: without sufficient hormone production, your muscles can atrophy, your joints dry out, your bones become porous, and your coordination suffers. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens silently, gradually, and then, seemingly, all at once. But when you consciously bring in the right nutrients, like the healthy fats and fat-soluble vitamins found in avocado, you begin to slow and, in many cases, actively reverse that process. Avocados are also wonderfully rich in potassium, even more so than bananas. And potassium is absolutely essential for healthy muscle contractions, proper hydration, and clear nerve communication. Low potassium often shows up as those annoying leg cramps, muscle twitches, or unexplained fatigue after walking, especially in the elderly. Potassium deficiency is a hidden cause of weakness, and avocados restore it naturally and gently. But the benefits go even further. Avocados are high in powerful antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which don't just protect your eyes. They actively reduce oxidative stress in the delicate blood vessels that feed your legs. That means better circulation, lower inflammation, and more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients, precisely where they're needed most. This is critical for preventing the sluggish, tired feeling that makes the legs feel like they're moving through thick sand. There's also a powerful gut connection. Avocados are rich in soluble fiber, essential for maintaining a healthy gut microbiome, and that matters immensely, because your gut bacteria influence everything from estrogen metabolism to immune response to inflammation regulation. A healthier gut means fewer inflammatory compounds circulating through your joints and muscles. It means less stiffness, better energy, and stronger, more resilient responses to exercise. Unlike processed oils or artificial fats, avocados work in beautiful synergy with your body. They don't clog, they clear. They don't suppress, they support. And they offer a creamy, satisfying alternative to the dry, brittle feeling that often creeps into aging limbs. Avocados can be eaten sliced on toast, blended into nourishing smoothies, added to vibrant salads, or even simply enjoyed with a pinch of sea salt. However you choose to consume them, understand this: each bite is a signal, a powerful message to your endocrine system that nourishment is present, that recovery is possible, that strength is still within reach. Your legs don't just need protein, they need lubrication. They need the hormonal support that lets every tendon glide, every muscle fiber fire, every joint remain supple. Avocados offer that support in a form that is as profoundly healing as it is satisfying. So the next time you slice into an avocado, know that you're not just making a meal, you're making medicine. And your legs aching, stiff, or tired may thank you for it with every confident step you take. There is a moment each evening when the body whispers for rest, for quiet, for deep repair. But in many aging bodies, that vital whisper is tragically drowned out by persistent inflammation, by relentless stress, by overstimulated nerves, and by utterly exhausted muscles. And nowhere does that tension accumulate more profoundly than in the legs. The legs, having carried the incredible weight of the day, often ache well into the night. But there is a food, small, tart, and brilliantly crimson red, that speaks directly to this profound exhaustion. That food is the tart cherry. Tart cherries are among the most powerful natural recovery agents in nutritional science. They contain anthocyanins, deep red-purple plant compounds that actively reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in muscle tissue. For people who experience leg soreness after walking, stiffness in the morning, or persistent, nagging pain in the knees or calves, tart cherries can serve as a nightly elixir for deep repair. What truly sets tart cherries apart is their remarkable dual action. First, they act as a natural, potent anti-inflammatory. Clinical studies have shown that tart cherry juice significantly reduces levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of systemic inflammation, particularly in muscles stressed by movement or weight-bearing. Athletes consume tart cherry extract after intense training for this very reason. It powerfully helps reduce delayed onset muscle soreness. But for aging adults, the benefit is even more profound, because as we age, even normal daily movement, climbing stairs, walking to the store, simply rising from a chair, can trigger inflammatory flare-ups in the legs. Tart cherries expertly calm this storm. Second, tart cherries are one of the only known foods that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that gently governs your sleep cycle. Unlike synthetic melatonin supplements that can disrupt the body's natural rhythm over time, tart cherries deliver this sleep-supportive compound in a balanced, bioavailable form. This is absolutely critical because true muscular recovery happens during deep, restorative sleep. It is during the night that your body meticulously repairs damaged fibers, restores precious glycogen stores, and flushes out cellular waste from overworked tissues. If you're not sleeping well, your legs are simply not healing well. Many seniors experience a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to poor recovery, which leads to more pain and inflammation, which then, in turn, worsens sleep. Tart cherries break this cycle by reducing pain and supporting natural melatonin production. They usher the body into deeper, more profound restoration. Beyond muscle recovery, tart cherries also robustly support cardiovascular health. They improve blood lipid profiles, support arterial flexibility, and aid in overall circulation. For the legs, this translates to more oxygen, more vital nutrients, and less uncomfortable pooling of blood in the feet and ankles. If you experience swelling in the lower legs or feel pressure after long periods of standing, this is often a circulatory symptom. Tart cherries help lighten that load. Their potent antioxidant load also protects against mitochondrial damage. This is key because mitochondria are the essential engines of your muscle cells. When they falter, fatigue quickly sets in, especially in the large, oxygen-hungry muscles of the legs. Tart cherries preserve these vital engines, helping you move with greater ease and less resistance. They're best consumed about 1 to 2 hours before bed, either as unsweetened tart cherry juice, freeze-dried powder, or fresh or frozen whole fruits. A small serving is usually enough. It's not the quantity that matters as much as the timing and the quality of the biological signal. Your legs do not ask for much. Just circulation, just rest, just recovery. And tart cherries deliver all three in a form that is gentle, profoundly nourishing, and exquisitely precise. They don't stimulate, they soothe. They don't force healing. They invite it. In a world that constantly pushes for more, louder, faster, tart cherries offer the beautiful opposite. A quiet return to balance. A natural invitation to slow down, repair, and prepare for the strength you'll need again tomorrow. We often eat to satisfy hunger, to quiet a craving, to follow a comforting habit. But what if food wasn't just fuel or flavor, but rather, a profound instruction? What if, with each bite, we were deliberately telling our bodies how to perform, how to repair, how to truly age with grace and strength? When it comes to your legs, those faithful, tireless engines that carry the weight of your years, what you eat is not just background noise. It is the absolute command center for your strength, your balance, and your very survival. Leg weakness doesn't begin with chronological age alone. It begins with neglect, a neglect of essential nutrients, of adequate rest, of robust circulation. Your legs are the first to weaken because they require the most energy, the most blood flow, the most structural integrity. And without targeted intelligent nutrition, they are indeed the first to falter. But this script isn't one of inevitable decline. It's one of boundless possibility. The 6 incredible foods we've explored: beets, sardines, pumpkin seeds, lentils, avocados, and tart cherries, aren't fleeting trends. They are nature's timeless strategy for muscle preservation, hormonal support, inflammation control, and circulatory restoration. Each one speaks to a different vital system. Together, they orchestrate recovery and renewal at the deepest, most cellular level. Beets gently open the blood vessels, delivering life-giving oxygen to tired muscles. Sardines coat inflamed joints with healing fats and feed the hormones that keep legs agile and responsive. Pumpkin seeds restore magnesium, calming overfired nerves and preventing painful spasms. Lentils meticulously build red blood cells and feed muscle fibers with clean, sustainable energy. Avocados expertly rebalance hormones and deeply hydrate the joints. Tart cherries soothe inflammation and summon deep, uninterrupted sleep. The sacred environment where real, profound healing happens. You don't need to memorize complicated regimens. You don't need to live in the gym or count every single gram. You need to eat with clear intention. Eat to restore, not just to fill. Eat to move, not just to sit. Eat as if your legs depended on it, because they absolutely do. This is not about dieting in the conventional sense. This is about alignment. Aligning what you eat with what your body truly, fundamentally needs. Muscle oxygen, robust circulation, and consistent recovery. Not once a year. Not only when the pain becomes unbearable, but every single day, quietly, consistently, deliberately. Every bite you take is either contributing to your strength or subtly, quietly stealing it away. Every meal is a precious chance to rebuild the very tissue that supports your next step. And as you age, it becomes less about sheer volume and more about precise intention. The right foods, sending the right signals, eliciting the right response. Mobility is not just about movement, it is about profound freedom. The freedom to walk without fear, to rise without assistance, to live with dignity and joy. And that freedom, that very essence of independent living, begins right on your plate. If you remember anything, let it be this. You are not powerless. You are not past the point of healing and renewal. Your body listens. It responds. It rebuilds, powerfully, when given the right tools. And food, glorious food, is the most powerful tool you will ever wield. So eat not merely to survive, but to truly strengthen. Eat not to simply stay the same, but to beautifully evolve. Eat not as a weary reaction to perceived weakness, but as a bold, unwavering declaration of resilience. Because your legs are not simply limbs, they are your lifelines. They carry your entire history, and if nourished well, they will faithfully carry your vibrant future. Now is the time to make food your ally, to move with purpose, to eat with clarity, and to reclaim the strength that has always, fundamentally, been yours. This is how you rise. One nourishing meal at a time. One confident step at a time.